is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Nailed it.
Hi! It's February 17th. Let's just take that day off.
Oh, hi! I didn't even see you there. Raise the roof? You raising the roof? We're trying to outlight yesterday? Yeah. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Take the Day Off.
This is an Infinity. People know this is an Infinity studio. So if you go that way, you'll end up just back over here. It's wild. If you run off, it's a crazy. We paid extra for that, but
All
if
right,
you
let
run,
me try it.
Do it. Run out of here, and you'll end up back there. Run off the screen. There you go. What in the world just happened? That's crazy. I mean, I thought
That was awesome.
maybe you were going to go under a curtain or something, but you went around. It is.
There's a lot.
It's an Infinity Studio. There's nothing you can do about it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Go like?
If there was
go-
like I thought you were going to do a fake. But
I would
you did
never do a fake.
A real boy. You would never do a fake.
I would never do a fake.
Realsies only.
No fakes.
Not here.
Real ice cream. No fakes.
No fakes.
What an exciting day today is, everybody, because it's the 17th of February. You know what that means? Put it on the horn.
Yeah.
Very exciting day today, but almost.
Who is the February 17th honcho today? This year?
The honcho? Corey Favlau.
Corey Favlau. Wasn't he last year's honcho? February 17th?
No.
He was.
No.
You can't honcho 2 years in a row. That's a rule.
No.
Who was it last year?
That was Corey Lalau. Very similar.
to Favlau.
So both Corys.
A double Corey honcho. That's rare.
Corey's here to accept his award. Corey, how are you, pal?
I'm okay.
Corey, you don't sound very honcho.
I do get the honcho award, but the downside of things is my girlfriend left me
I'm sorry, pal. When did that happen?
yesterday.
Happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So your girlfriend left you and then you became honcho.
yeah.
Do you think maybe she's going to come back when she hears the
I
news?
doubt it
Why?
because I cheated on her.
Okay. Why'd you do that, pal?
I found out I was the honcho and just decided I could do better.
They announced it today. How'd you know?
I had an inside.
You had an inside scoop at the
I
honchos?
cheated with Tracy.
Boy. Yeah.
It's pretty. He seems very beat up over this.
Would you like to know? It's a very exciting day today for more than just the honcho award reason. It is Random Act of Kindness Day, everybody.
Mainly the honcho stuff.
Yeah,
though,
the
right?
honcho day is thrilling stuff. Random Act of Kindness Day. Very excited to be a part of this day with you and to encourage you to take the day off to do something kind for others randomly.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to dive into this. So you remember yesterday we talked about that Starbucks thing?
Yeah.
I got to the bottom of the person who stole
Oh, you did
the card.
Good.
He called me out of the blue.
Wow. What's his name?
His name's Keith. He's from Tampa. And I said, Keith, why'd you do this to me, man? And he said, I really needed coffee. Saw your login. I said, you saw my login?
Saw
he was
your
like,
login.
I guessed it. And I was like, okay. And he said, but I need to tell you something, and this is the most important thing you're going to hear all day. Corey robbed me of Honcho of the Year. Also, Dan knows about Random Act of Kindness Day.
How did he know early about honcho?
Everybody
Was Corey
but
just
us
spraying
knew.
around the socials?
Yeah. Corey,
Yeah.
did you steal it?
Maybe.
You stole it from Keith.
No, Keith, I just put it on my socials. I won the honcho. Get some.
So you spoke it
Losers.
into existence, kind of?
Get some losers. That's what I said.
Get some losers.
Yeah. And then I called Trace up. That was the things I
Do
did.
you have a lot, do you have a lot of followers?
Oh, so many.
How many?
Honcho followers.
Your Honcho followers.
Now that I won the honcho, it's tripled.
So wait, did you actually win it?
Yeah, when you said it, sucker. February 17th, honcho of the year. At least we don't have to do that anymore.
No, that's not until next year.
You know who's in the running for next year?
Who's that?
NGU Band Geek.
Oh, I doubt that.
Cross your fingers. Yeah. I'm just daring someone to leave another bad review.
Random Act of Kindness Day is a very exciting day. Is it true that you know it?
I do, and it actually also has to do with drive-thrus and one MC Hammer. Now, MC Hammer, as you know, can't touch this, too legit to quit, got to pray just to make it a day. But he lost all of his money. You probably also know that because of his managers. He lost all his money. And so when Hammer was on really hard times, he invented what is known as the pay it back method. Now, the pay it back method goes something like this. You roll into a drive-thru, you order your food, you go to the register, and you say, the guy behind me is paying for my food. And he said he wanted to do it, and then you just drive off with free food. Okay. It's a classic Hammer move. He has been doing it for years and years. He's never been caught, and it got so famous that they realized just how much of a genius Hammer was. He'd been getting free meals all this time by the pay it back method, that they decided to start a Random Act of Kindness Day in his honor, weirdly enough. And that's the history of pay it back of Random Act of Kindness Day. Back to you, Brandon.
Did you know that MC Hammer played Cornerstone 98?
What?
Yeah.
Now, I will say in the 90s, he did, like, his stuff was vaguely spiritual, and then I think he did like a Christian-esque album when he was on Hard Times, and it was always one of those things that was kind of
Cornerstone 98.
But wow,
apparently he was like 45 minutes late.
I missed it by 6 years, 6 or 7. I was at Cornerstone 04 or 05, somewhere in there.
Close.
Classic.
Cornerstone 98, man, doesn't get any better than that.
No, it really doesn't. That's heyday stuff right there.
You think Joy Electric opened up?
Joy Electric was the worst. The worst of all of those bands. They were the worst. Calibrato 13, though.
Oh, my gosh.
That's the good stuff. I bet they drove you nuts.
They're the worst.
Not as bad as Joy Electric. I don't care what you say.
Not as bad as Apologetics.
But, well, they were at Cornerstone?
No.
I don't know. That doesn't count. Apologetics is not a real band.
They're the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
We tried to listen to a lot of Apologetics a few months ago.
We should do everyone a random act of kindness and find a way to censure Apologetics from ever making music again. They're that bad.
I love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, that sounds like a fine day.
Yeah, it does.
And a fine story. And I think it's true.
Great. I love it. You want to go to break?
No, I don't want to go to true. I don't want to go to break. I want to tell you a couple of things.
Honcho Next Year applications are up. If you go to the website, click the link at the bottom of the page.
Here's all I know. I know that it was created in 1995 in Denver, Colorado.
Hammer, I'm telling you.
But I don't know the logistics behind it.
Hammer broke pay it back method.
And somehow in 2004, it spread to New Zealand. New Zealand picked up today.
Interesting.
And they've been running with it ever since. And so that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles.
It is.
We asked you yesterday, what's something that's been done to you that you would consider a random act of kindness? We're going to get to that in just a second. But first, we're going to take a quick break here on Corey.
Take the day off.
Corey, I understand you want to.
I'm sorry.
I understand you want to apologize for calling us losers and punks.
Big head, big honcho head, and I sent in. I hired somebody to speak for me when I didn't want to speak, and his name's Daryl, and he has a very high pitched voice, and he came in for take the day off because I said I'm not talking to these suckers anymore. Suckers.
When you got a big honcho head, would you call yourself the head honcho?
I would.
Yeah.
You beat me to the joke. I was hoping you'd ask more about it.
Sorry.
That was my big spin there.
Thanks, Corey.
Corey out.
You hired Daryl?
He said he was out. Yes, he did. He hired me. Do you remember Evan Almighty, the sequel to Bruce Almighty?
Of course I do.
Terrible movie. Awful.
Okay.
But you think it's a good movie?
I think it's a fun flick.
What?
Listen,
we can't be friends anymore.
It's the time of day that it came out. I was a
nothing.
child, and I thought it was funny.
In that movie, I remember like Ark, Morgan Freeman as God tells Evan that Ark stands for act of random kindness at the end of the movie. Like, why didn't he flood the earth again? And God's just like, Ark, act of random kindness. And I just remember going, what? What's happening here? What's going on? Movie's terrible. I'm glad you liked it, though.
I think it's fun. You do the dance, do the Evan dance.
Oh, my gosh. That movie's awful.
It's been a minute, but I remember enjoying.
Rewatch podcast. We watch it once a week. See if we can glean new things from it.
Oh, he's like running for mayor or
Something like that. Yeah. Something bigger than mayor.
Senator.
Yeah. I think it's uptown.
Yeah,
boy.
they went.
They're at the White House. The flood stops at the White House, right?
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank God. You're right. Thank God.
Let's talk about this. Random act of kindness. You ever had anything done to you?
Yeah, I would say like I've had food paid for me before and things like that. Random is tough because most of the things that I feel like have been acts of kindness have not been random. So I can't think of a specific rando, like specific, just like random. I take that back. I told you last week I go to the Spinks station every morning after I work out on Washington at Lawrence. I told you that.
The other day I saw you walking there.
It's
you
crazy.
Looked homeless.
Yeah.
It was a weird.
I
bit.
did pay with change that day too, so that's wild. Because I didn't have my wallet. That's a different story for a different day. There's a lady that works in there named Miss Patricia. I call her Miss Patricia. She's been working there for forever, and she is maybe 4 foot 10, 11, and she's wonderful. And she always has a smile on her face and so kind. Miss Patricia, and I buy my drink every day. Miss Patricia probably once a week gives me a free drink. Like looks at me and goes, "Is that all?" And I say, "Yeah." And she just waves me out of here. Like, get out of here. Like once a week. Because I'm in there every day. Once a week, Miss Patricia gives me a free drink from Spinks.
Wow.
God bless her. So, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that. They'll take that random act.
How about Lisa B? A stranger drove an hour out of the way to return my wallet that I dropped at a gas station in another state. Wouldn't accept any money, just said that he wants us to know that there are still good people in the world.
Wow. Stole all of your identity on the way. The way these people drive these days, if someone actually lets me into traffic, I consider it a kindness. That was from Tracy Thornton, but that sounds like Trace, our producer.
Yeah. Way people drive these days. Melanie says, one time my husband and I were at Cooper's Hawk, and a lady at another table had a wine membership. She had to use up some of her perks. This is like next level fancy.
Yeah.
Had to use up some of her perks because she was leaving the country. So she sent us wine and an appetizer, which was such a delight. Also, I've been involved in the pay it forward at Dunkin' drive-thru. Yeah, as always.
Everybody's using that one. Coffee, Chick-fil-A, Dunkin', Starbucks, whatever. Genevieve's answer reminded me of another one that I had. She says, I was in a minor fender bender. I had a case of whiplash. My cousin heard about it and sent me a heated neck rice bag thing and a thing of bath bombs so I could relax and help my neck. God bless him. That's fantastic.
One time, very early on in my relationship with my now wife, we didn't have money. You're starting out in life.
Nobody does.
And I worked at a Christian school part-time and wrote parking tickets part-time.
It's another story. Great one.
And so I didn't have a lot of money, and some really nice people at a church bought us tickets to go see the big Christmas tree at the Biltmore House at night, which were very expensive tickets. They were like $60 a pop or something like that. They bought it because they know that we love the Christmas. So it was very kind.
That's very kind.
Very kind.
Yeah.
Alonso says at the end of 2011, there were a slate of car bombings in Los Angeles where someone was going around and leaving these devices beneath cars and that were parked under apartment buildings in spaces that were easily accessible from the street. And the first night, Dave and I were among the victims.
Whoa!
Our cars were parked in tandem, and one blew up, and while the other one burned to a crisp. We were not in the greatest financial situation when it happened. Since both cars were pretty old, we weren't going to get much from the insurance company. Without asking us, two separate friends started a crowdfunding campaign to raise money that allowed us to replace our cars, and we were able to buy 2 used cars. It was the most Frank Capra thing that ever happened to me. Beautiful.
Wow, that's
story.
quite a story.
One amazing, bombing story, but also amazing kindness story. It's not every day you can say, "Hey, my car got bombed."
When I was in college, I drove a 1984 Buick Regal Limited. It was an old car. And it was I just drove it because it was given to us by someone in the church. And I remember I was driving my wife. It was that time my girlfriend around, and we were on Haywood Road, and I hit the brakes. It was raining, and the brakes locked, and I just slid and hit a brand new Mustang, Shelby Mustang. We pulled in the Haywood Mall parking lot, and we got out, and there was a legit mark. She was going to have to get the whole back of that thing done. I exchanged information, gave her all my information. She wrote it all down. And then she contacted me the next day and just said, you seem like such a nice guy. I've decided not to file any insurance on you and just pay for it out of pocket myself. And that is just unreal. Like that is so, like that saved my parents' insurance money. It saved, I mean, I can't tell you just how nice that was. Still to this day, don't know who that woman was. God bless you.
How about this story? Donnell. At my wedding, a soloist sang a beautiful rendition of Ave Maria. The catch, neither my husband or I arranged for a soloist. We didn't have a check to pay the soloist. And despite asking around several times, none of my parents, siblings, friends, or other guests admitted to hiring this lovely performer. 27 years later, it remains an unsolved mystery and a sweet act of kindness. I still think it was my godfather, who was also the priest marrying us, who arranged it. So just having a beautiful solo at your wedding that you have no idea who paid for it. Amazing.
Yeah, it's an angel.
It's an angel. An angel.
When you walk
down the road.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
You got any more?
No, that's perfect. I think we're good.
You think so?
Let's wrap it up.
What's up with you?
Let's wrap it up.
Trying to move things along. We got plenty of time.
We're clock's ticking.
That's fair. We'll be back tomorrow. Clock's ticking. We'll be back tomorrow, and until then, take the day off. We'll leave you with a haiku. Oh, question for tomorrow. What's your go-to wine and more? All right, whinies. Now's your chance.
Whinies, you said.
Whinies. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, take the day off.
This is the haiku that I use to pick up the ladies at McGillicuddy's. Why, hello there. How do you think you're doing without me by your side? That's it, and it works every time.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.